Mr. Oakland. It is spring, or almost spring, which means it is my season of horse buying. During the spring season, I buy all my horses. I prefer to start working with projects and new horses in the summer when they're not as crazy as they are in the winter. So that leads me into today, where we will be looking for a competitive horse for me. Now, this horse might be a jumper or an eventer. I'm still not quite sure. Griffin's coming along pretty well, so I'm expecting him to be a very competitive eventer, but I wouldn't mind having another. And as Solo gets older, I just worry about her competitiveness. Of course I love her, and of course she does incredible always, but she's 14 now. It's kind of almost past her prime. I do want to gear up and start creating a bond with a horse that I can be competitive with at very high jumping levels. Well, it's getting a little late, so I kind of gotta get moving. The first horse we're looking at today is Jenny. Jenny is located at Marley's farm, and she is a 14-year-old Jorvik Warmblood Hanoverian cross. She's a little older than I'd like, but her records are very promising. She's done 1.45 m in show jumping competitions, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I thought I'd just, have a look. We warmed up a little bit, and the first thing I noticed about her are that her gaits are kind of whack. Like, all of her feet are not quite in rhythm, although it didn't seem to affect her jumping at all, because all of our jumps went really well. It was just really hard for me to sit because of how kind of bulky she was. So after our ride, I ended up talking to her owner, who informed me that she had an injury recently that may have affected her rhythm. That being said, I don't know if I want a 14-year-old injured horse. She was a great jumper and probably would be awesome for a junior rider, but not what I'm looking for today. The second place I visited was Jorvik Stables for a horse named Aries. Now, this off-the-track thoroughbred mare had competed in some pretty serious show jumping competitions. Although, oh my gosh, tacking her up was such a mess. She was so fidgety and I could just not get her to stand still. But walking her down was pretty easy. She was good after the bridle was on. Trotting her and cantering her, her gaits were wow. Oh my gosh. How fancy is she? Once we started jumping, she was, again, incredible. This horse had such scope and was just taking me to the jumps. The jumps I tried on her were significantly larger than the jumps I tried with Jenny. I was a little nervous with how insanely huge these fences were, but honestly, after doing a couple on her, they felt like normal-sized fences. They didn't feel like whatever we were doing, like 1.30 m or whatever. It felt very comfortable. So that does lend a lot of props to her. I really liked her. I thought she was great. Honestly, it just kind of comes down to those ground manners, which can be fixed. Okay, so the next place we went was Paddock Island for a mare named Ilia. Now, this horse was kind of perfect on paper because she had done eventing and jumpers, which is kind of what I was looking for. So I tacked her up and got her in, and I just kind of immediately felt very comfortable with her gaits. She's a Hanoverian, so similar to a lot of the horses I've had in my life, just kind of your average warm blood. So I really liked, the gaits and everything because of how normal and natural they were to me. So I immediately started to kind of mesh with her. It had felt like I had ridden this horse my whole life. It was really cool. I tried out some pretty big jumps on her, and she took really good care of me. I could definitely see this horse being a very good competitor, and I could definitely see myself being on her. She was definitely a move up to the jump kind of horse. I had to kick her into all the spots that I was looking for, but she was very open to those spots. I really enjoyed riding her. She felt very natural, and I think that we would be able to start competing pretty early on in our relationship. The last horse I tried today was Yuki, who was a 10-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred gelding with modified experience in eventing. He was great tacking up. I saw no problem with the ground manners. A very nice gentleman walking down and getting on. The gaits were okay. I mean, very average thoroughbred gaits, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But once I first got him out there, we were flying over these jumps. I was feeling very comfortable on him. I was feeling like, oh yeah, I could take this horse prelim, intermediate. This is great. And then he just started refusing out of nowhere. Our jumps had been so good, and he just hit a wall, and everything was either a refusal or like the weirdest jump that you have ever seen. I was just confused, baffled. I was just left very concerned and confused. I think he definitely needs to see a vet or something. I just don't even know what to say about this one. He's probably not going to be the horse for me. Well, those were all 4 of the horses I tried today. Please let me know which one you think I should buy, and we will have a reveal in the next video. My top 2 are definitely Ilia or Aries. Both of them have incredible gaits, incredible jumping, and they both seem like really good picks. That's all for today. Definitely expect to see some more horse buying videos in the future because, again, it's my horse buying season. Well, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.